Hello, my name is Michael Stoltz with michaelstoltz.com, changing the world one pixel at a time. Today I want to give you my very first ever video book review, and I'm going to give that honor to Mr. Jim Kukral. His title of his book is called Attention, This Book Will Make You Money. Now I have to tell you, when I hear a statement so bold, especially coming from a book on how they're going to tell me how I'm going to make more money, I get a little shy about it. And the reason why is most of the books out there are just crap. Now Jim has a lot of credibility. He's a well-rounded, well-respected individual in the online marketing industry, and I took notice. He definitely had my attention, and I picked up his book to give it a read. One of the very first stories he tells us about in the book is somewhere early on in his career, maybe one of his first interviews, something of that nature, where the gentleman's office he interviewed in had sticky notes all over the wall, everywhere you can imagine. And Jim really took notice because that was kind of odd. And I have to say, if I saw that today, I'd probably have to laugh a little bit, because we have this thing called a computer that we can just type everything on, and it's nice and neat and orderly at that point. Now Jim went home, he bought him a poster board, he took sticky notes as well, and he put all the things on that board that he felt would make him an ideal candidate, and he shuffled it right on into the secretary, I'm sure the next day or day after, and said, "Hey, can you give this to Mr. So-and-so?" I can't imagine how many people were kind of giggling at him walking in there, but he definitely had his attention, and that became his future boss from that standpoint moving forward. After reading the book, you develop a lot of ideas. I took a lot of notes. More importantly, Jim wants you to take the notes, but to act upon them at this point. Move, do it now. There might not be a tomorrow. At least that's how I interpreted it. One of the things that came to mind was for our 501c3 nonprofit that we have called the Niemann-Pick Children's Fund, which is here in Missouri. It was created in honor of my two oldest sons, Bryson and Parker, who have a rare, fatal, degenerative neurological disease called Niemann-Pick type C. It's the cell's inability to metabolize cholesterol, and sometimes referred to as the childhood Alzheimer's, because it shares some pathological features, but more importantly, it's the decline in intellectual function that is pretty great in both of them. With that in mind, other NPC families, they have loved ones just like me and my wife do with Bryson and Parker that suffer from this debilitating disease. And our tagline is they only have a childhood to live a lifetime. So if we can capture some of these moments, photos and whatnot, then that would just be awesome. Because some people might not be able to afford to buy a camcorder, whether it's $100, $150, or $50. I mean, that's reality. It does happen. To be that way. So in return for giving them these camcorders, maybe they could share with us some of these videos and photos where we could use in our awareness campaigns in 2011. So that's one idea that we've put into play, really contributed to Jim's book, and really to a personal email that we exchanged on that thought, I guess you say, provoking process at that regard. So needless to say, go out and buy Jim's book. He seems to be an incredible guy. I've never met him in person. One day I'd like to do that. I'm sure it'll be well worth my time when I get that opportunity at some point. I will provide you with the Amazon link. It's almost mandatory these days to give you an affiliate link, so just giving you a fair warning. But if the $15, $16 or whatever the book comes out to be tends to not be in your budget at this point, there's this thing called a public library that we've been paying taxes on forever that I know most of us don't take advantage of. But to make you feel better, that's how I read Jim's book for the very first time, was checking out the library. I believe I christened the book. I was the very first one. So go out and buy Jim's book. It'll be an awesome read. I guarantee it.